What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome back to another live stream. How you guys doing? Good evening. What's happening, guys? How are you? Scully took the night off. He's looking. He's behind me, looking out the window. So he says hello, but he wants the night off tonight, and the rest of the year. All right. Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, anyway, Sean B, what's up, Sean B? How you doing? Happy Tuesday, everyone. Allie Books, hello, Allie Books. How are you? Mama Reacts, hello, Rich and Scully. Scully's not here. He's here, but he's not here. Anybody else here? Is this you too? Cat Randall, I found you, Cat Randall. I saw you. How you doing, Cat Randall? A nice little crowd. 3 people. Oh, interesting. I wonder where everybody is. Where is everybody, guys? How am I doing? I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there, you know. That's all I can really do is hang in there, you know. It's tough. It's tough. Honestly, I can't lie, man. Losing your mother is really hard. You know, especially knowing her for 56 years. 56 years I know my mom for. And it hurts. It really hurts. Oh, stomach ache. So let's see what happens, and I'm taking it day by day. I'm taking it day by day. Rest in peace, Mom. It sucks. Really does suck. Four Chihuahuas, how you doing? JB 2026, how you doing? I don't know. It is what it is, you know. You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do. Where were we today? All right, we're watching this case out in Hawaii, I think. Where like the guy killed his he tried to kill his wife, and he was unsuccessful. So I want to see what has changed since then. I'm not sure. Did we finish these videos here? Let me see if we finish this video here. I remember doing this case. Let's see here. 5. Let me see this case. Did we finish watching this video here? The body cam video with the police officer? I'm not sure. The Widow Peak? Oh, what are you talking about? Well, thank you for saying, Cat Randall, thank you for your sorry for my loss. I appreciate it. You lost both your parents? But I told him I was like 41. So I know it to hurt. Wow. You lost both your parents at the same time, Allie? Or separate times? And when you're yeah, this case, he tried to throw her off the mountain, yeah. That's the case we're watching now, where he tried to throw her off the mountain. The Widow Peak.
Fast forward a little bit until you get there. So fast forwarding to timestamp on the video of 10:38:04. So we're going to play at 10:38:04. And before I start playing, Corporal, what are we looking at before we start playing this on this freeze frame?
Again, like in the photo, this is the entrance to the Palipuca.
Did we see this part already? I'm not sure.
And we're playing at 10:38:04. We're pausing at 10:38:16. Corporal, what are you doing in this part of the clip?
I'm putting on some protective latex gloves.
Why are you doing that?
Just because of the call that came in, an assault, I
So
might
we
have to
did
go
this
hands-on
already.
with
We
somebody.
did this- we
and
did this
prefer
already.
to, like,
I'm gonna find. We already did this. Where were we? We left.
Playing at
Yeah, so we did
10:40.
this already. I think we did all this already.
and kind of, she took a lot of positive.
Oh man.
All right, now I'm pausing the video at
He was
10:44:28.
unsuccessful at throwing a
Corporal
roach
Chun,
mountain.
did you eventually go up the trail that day?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to scoot forward ahead in your body worn camera just a little bit to where you enter the trail. So I'm scrolling forward in States Exhibit 232. All right, and starting to play at 10:50:07 timestamp.
Ray, how you doing? Miss your mom terribly, JB? Yeah. Sorry for your loss as well. It's hard, right? Missing your mom? It's so hard, man. Wow. I wish it wasn't so hard. It sucks being so hard. You know? It really does suck. All right. Let me fast forward. This is boring.
Where's your hand right now?
What are you looking for?
What were the wind conditions?
Are they looking for the guy?
Right, I'm going to take the video as States Exhibit 242.
Yeah, we saw this already. That's why. I forgot.
With sound.
Yes.
Is it a fair and accurate depiction of what you observed on March 25th? I'm sorry, March 24th, 2025.
Yes.
At this point, the state will move Exhibit 232 into evidence.
Okay. 232?
I'm sorry, 242.
242. No objection given. Subject to the record that we made this morning would have been marked for identification, please.
Yeah, so this is over. This might be interesting. Son testifies Maui doctor told him on FaceTime he tried to kill cheating wife. Wow. This guy's gonna go to jail. He's caught. He has no option. This guy's screwed. Defense asked son about emotional, upsetting FaceTime with attempted
Yes.
murder suspect. All right, let me see what the son. Let me hear what the son says. That's the son saying it. Wow.
Text or Snapchat or something like that?
Yes.
Who was on that?
I believe just me, my dad, Ariel, and it might have just been those three. I can't tell you exactly.
But you were on it, and they were your dad was sending photos of them on the hike, yes?
Correct.
Letting you know where they were, right?
Do you guys want to watch the whole testimony from the beginning of this kid, or piece it out? What do you guys prefer? Piece it out or watch the whole thing?
Yes.
No.
Well, I mean, just that they were on a hike. Yes.
That they were on a hike, yes, not letting me know where they were.
Well, yeah, I just meant like showing you pictures of the hike they were on. Maybe
Okay.
it's a better way to word it.
Who is this from? This is from. Who is this from? I'm trying to see.
Is that right?
Today?
They were
Yes.
sending you pictures of the hike they were on. Yes.
Yes.
This is Megan Cuniff. An hour ago. She just uploaded an hour ago. This must have happened today. Let me see. Let me go to the beginning. Where's the beginning? Bombshell testimony. I don't know if I want to watch this one or this one. Damn.
All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to scoot forward as much as you can and to speak as much in the microphone as you can, okay?
Okay.
All right, can you start off by stating your name, please?
Emil Konig.
Is it okay if I call you Emil for the rest of my questions
It
today?
is.
Okay. Emil, what do you do for work?
I work for Maui Health
Maui Health.
as a clerk.
As a clerk, you said? And how long have you been doing that?
About 2 months now.
And where do you live?
On Kahului, Maui.
Is that at 19 Pu'uehu Place?
Correct.
Who do you live with?
With my stepmother and my 2 brothers,
Your stepmother, who is that?
Ariel Konig.
Are you related to any person involved in this case, Emil?
I am.
Who are you?
Savannah
related
Guthrie.
The
His mother.
defendant.
Is that Gerhardt Konig?
Correct.
And who is Gerhardt Konig to you?
My father.
If you were to see him again, would you be able to recognize him?
I could.
Stipulate to identification. Thank you.
We'll just move on then. All right, Emil, just over a year ago, on the morning of March 24th, 2025, where were you?
I was at home.
Normally, who lives in that house with you? Or on that date, who normally lived in that house with you?
My dad, my stepmom, 2 little brothers.
On the morning of March 24th, 2025, was your dad and your stepmom home?
No.
Do you know where they were that day?
Oahu, here.
They were on Oahu?
Mhm.
Do you know why the defendant and Ariel were visiting Oahu?
For Ariel's birthday,
Do you know when Ariel's birthday is?
the March 24th.
So was anybody else staying at the house in Kahului with you on that morning?
Yes. Babysitter for the little kids.
Got it. On the morning of March 24th, 2025, did you receive any calls from either Ariel or the defendant?
I did.
Okay. And which was it?
From the defendant.
Who contacted who?
Defendant contacted me.
What type of call was it?
A FaceTime call.
When you say FaceTime call, is that on the Apple iPhone?
Correct.
Was this call a FaceTime voice call or a FaceTime video call?
FaceTime video call.
How many times or how many calls were there from the defendant to you on March 24th, 2025?
2.
And what times were the 2 calls at?
An hour ago.
I couldn't recall exactly.
This video just uploaded an hour ago.
Would seeing or
Wow.
did you provide a statement to a Maui detective
I did.
regarding this incident? regarding those calls.
Yes.
And in that statement, did you tell the detective what time those calls were?
Yes, I did.
Would seeing that statement help you refresh your recollection as to when those 2 calls were?
It would.
Okay. I'll pull a page number here.
Dr. Eve, how you doing, Dr. Eve? Welcome back. Good to see you. How's life? How's work? How the kids?
Okay, I'm gonna approach with what's been marked as State's Exhibit 170. Lines, sorry, page number 3 and page number 4. Okay, may I approach? Okay, Emil, could you quickly read pages 3 and 4 of this document? And when you're done reading, just look up, okay?
Everyone's well? That's good to know.
I'm going to retrieve the exhibit. Time were those 2 video FaceTime calls on March 24th, 2025?
The first one was at 10:42 a.m. and the second one was at 11:46 a.m.
I'm going to ask you about the call from 10:42 a.m. first, okay? All right. Where were you when you got the FaceTime video call at 10:42 a.m.?
At home.
That's the same address we talked about earlier.
Correct.
What did you see on the other side of the screen when you?
You're welcome.
I saw the defendant.
I'm doing like
Can you
shit.
describe the defendant?
Horrible.
as you
I'm
saw
doing
him on
horrible.
that call?
Wearing sunglasses, dry fit shirt. That's all I saw.
Did you see the area that the defendant was in?
Outside.
And did the defendant tell you anything during that call?
Yes.
What did the defendant tell you during that call, as close to word for word as you can remember?
That he would not be making it back to Maui and to take good care of the younger kids, and that Ari, my stepmom, had been cheating on him and that he tried to kill her.
That's a lot, but I'm going to break that down a little bit.
Hold on.
You said the defendant told you he tried to kill Ariel. Is that right?
Correct.
Did he tell you what happened to Ariel?
He did not.
Did he tell you where she went?
No.
Did the defendant tell you why he tried to kill Ariel?
No.
During this 10:42 a.m. call, did the defendant tell you anything about what he planned to do next?
During that,
You already admitted he admitted to killing her, no? So what are we doing here? If he admitted to killing her, might as well move on. Let's just finish the trial. That's it. No more.
call, the next plan that he said was to jump off the cliff.
And how did you react to hearing that?
Told him not to.
Hey, man, your father told you
How
to
did you
jump off
react
the
to the
cliff?
defendant telling you he tried to kill Ariel?
I don't remember what I said.
Do you recall what the defendant told you after he said he tried to kill Ariel?
Not directly after.
Did he say where Ariel went?
No, just away.
What did he say about Ariel and away?
He said that she had gotten away, and that was all I heard about her location.
During this first call at 10:42 a.m., did you ask the defendant any questions yourself?
Yes. I asked what was on his shirt because it looked like I saw splatters of something on his shirt, and he said, "Oh, it's just her," meaning Aries' blood.
Yeah, I agree, Alley Books. They know they're guilty, but you still gotta do a trial. You know, we're Americans.
Okay. So far you've told us that the defendant told you he tried to kill Ariel, that Ariel got away, that Ariel was cheating on him, that he planned to jump, and that the blood on the shirt he's told you was Ariel's. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Did I miss anything so far?
No.
Did he tell you anything else during this call at 10:42 a.m.?
No.
All right. So Emil, after you get this FaceTime call and after the defendant tells you these things, what did you do?
I went over to my grandparents' house, which is Ariel's parents.
Okay.
Walked over to their house, told them what had happened.
How far away is your grandparents' house away from the Pu'uehu place address you mentioned earlier?
It's like a minute or so walk.
And could you tell us your grandparents' names?
Judith and Peter Mast.
Which of your grandparents did you tell about the call first?
Both. They were both there, so both of them.
What happened after you told Judith and Peter Mast about this 10:42 a.m. call?
The next notable thing is they received a phone call from, I believe it was Queen's Hospital, one of the hospitals here.
Later on that day, did you tell anybody else what the defendant told you?
My mom,
Who's your mom?
Jessie Patelare.
Did you at some point also
Wait,
tell
is that her-
the police what happened
what?
that day?
I did.
Wait, the lady's not his mom? But the lady who they're talking about involved in this case, she's not his mother, I don't think. Because she said it's someone else's mother. What? I thought she was the mother of the lady who tried to get murdered. Is that real? You guys know about that? Did you guys think that's the kid, his son? I thought that was his son. Let me go back.
Who's your mom? The defendant told you?
My
Later on that day, did you tell anybody else what the defendant told you?
mom,
Yeah, but the defendant told him.
Who's your mom?
Jessie Patelare.
See, Jessie Patella Ray is the mother. Not the girl who's trying to get murdered. Oh my god, that's so weird.
Did you at some point also tell the police what happened that day?
I did.
All right. Do you know where your grandparents ended up going after you told them about this call?
Yeah, here.
They came to Oahu?
Correct.
Okay. All right. You said that there was a second call at 11:46. Is that right?
Correct.
All right. The second call, was this a FaceTime call as well?
Yes.
And just audio or audio and video?
Audio and video.
Did you pick up the call?
I did.
When you picked up this second call at 11:46, what did you see on the screen?
I saw the defendant.
And can you describe any background that you saw on the scene, if you remember?
Just trees, rocks, the sky. Was it?
During this second phone call at 11:46, what did the defendant tell you?
Video call? Like video calling?
He asked me if I had told anybody, and I said yes, and I told him who I had told. And then he said that he was just going to jump, and said that a couple times.
Okay. To be super exact here, Emil, who did you tell the defendant that you told?
I told the that I told my grandparents and my mother.
So you told them that you told Peter, Judy, and Jesse.
Correct.
Okay. So after the defendant told you he was going to jump a couple times during the second call.
Oh, so that's his son, right? That's oh yeah, so he's the son of the guy. He's not. Oh, okay. I thought he was part of her child too, but he's just his son, and the mom is the girl that she tried to kill is just another woman. Oh, okay, I see. I get it now. You guys got it now? You're welcome.
How did you respond?
Same way as before. Said not to. I don't know.
You told the defendant not to jump.
Right.
Okay.
I
How did the second call end?
think.
With him saying, with the defendant saying, I'm gonna go before the police catch me.
Did he tell you he was going to hang up? Do you remember that? I'm sorry.
Objection leading.
Bad question. Go ahead. Right.
Very sleepy.
Sorry. I just want to clarify, Emil, about the last thing you told me about the police. What exactly did the defendant tell you about the police?
Asked and answered.
After
Can you
that,
clarify what the defendant told you about the police?
That he was, that the police was looking for him. He didn't want to be found.
Did the defendant tell you anything else about his state of mind or what he was thinking?
He said he was at the end of his rope.
Anything else you can remember about that?
Thought about suicide for the last couple months leading, or for the months leading to the 24th.
For both of these calls we've been talking about, who was the caller?
The defendant.
excuse me, sorry. I'm just so tired.
So at either call, were you the one to dial him up?
No.
All right, Emil, overall, did you choose to get involved in this?
I did not.
Oh,
During
man.
either call, did the defendant say anything about self-defense?
No.
Did the defendant say anything about Ariel attacking him?
No.
Overall, between both calls, did the defendant tell you what the reason was he tried to kill Ariel?
Other than this is,
Objection asked and answered.
other than the previously stated him thinking she was cheating, didn't say anything other than that.
Oh, man.
Right. And Emil, overall, how are you feeling after these events on March 24th, 2025?
Objection irrelevant.
Right. Did you stay on Maui after this happened?
I did not.
And where did you go?
I went to Pittsburgh.
And why did you go to Pittsburgh?
My mom lives there.
So did you go to Pittsburgh to be with your mom?
Correct.
One moment, Emil.
Where is everybody? Only 14 people here? Wow. That's crazy.
Okay, Emil, thank you for answering my questions. I have no further questions at this time.
Nobody loves me anymore.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, good afternoon, Emil. I'm Tommy. I have some questions for you. I'm gonna try to not keep it, I'll try to keep it not too long. I know it's not easy to be here. I just wanna begin by asking you a little bit more about the first call on the mountain, okay? Prior, and I wanna ask you about before the call. Before that first call, and I think you said 10:42, it was a pretty normal day, yes?
Correct.
you knew that your dad and Ariel were on a trip to Oahu, yes?
Correct.
And you knew that they were on a hike that morning, correct?
I did.
And part of how you knew they were on a hike is because about 30 minutes or so before the call, they, meaning your dad and Ariel, were sending the family photos of the views from the hike, correct?
Correct.
So you guys had like a family group text or Snapchat or something like that?
Yes.
Who was on that?
I believe just me, my dad, Ariel, and it might have just been those three.
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly.
But you were on it, and they were your dad was sending photos of them on the hike, yes?
Correct.
Letting you know where they were, right? Yes? Well, I mean, just that they were on a hike, yes?
That they were on a hike, yes, not letting me know that where they were.
Well, yeah, I just meant like showing you pictures of the hike they were on. Maybe
Okay.
it's a better way to word it. Is that right? They were
Yes.
sending you pictures of the hike they were on, yes?
Yes.
And at least at that time, everything seemed normal to you, correct?
Correct.
There was no reason to be concerned at that time, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Now you get this call on 10:42, and he's telling you, amongst other things, that he said he's not going to make it back. Yes,
Correct.
and like he was saying goodbye to you. Yes,
Correct.
and you quickly realize that something's wrong, right?
Yes.
You don't know exactly what's going on, but he's also telling you that he's going to jump and commit suicide. Correct?
Correct.
And from what he was, saying, and from what and acting the way, what you could gather, you could tell that there was a lot going on in his head. Yes.
Yes.
You could tell that your dad was distressed when he was talking to you. Yes.
No.
You remember you gave later the day of these calls, you talked to the detective on Maui. Remember that?
Yes.
And you remember telling the detective that your dad sounded like he was kind of distressed, trying to stay calm, but kind of distressed? Remember saying that to the detective?
I miss my mom,
No.
Eve.
Okay. Would seeing the transcript
Dr. Eve, I
of
miss
the
my mom. That's
interview
what's wrong.
detective help to
Sorry.
refresh your memory of what you told the detective?
Yes.
This is 170, page 4. Okay. May I approach, Your Honor? Yes. Okay. So, email, I'm going to show you this transcript. If you can just read lines 14 and 15. Well, if you wanted to start from lines 8 and read down to lines 15 and just read it to yourself and let me know when you're done. Distressed, is that right?
Didn't sound distressed.
But you did tell the detective it sounded like he was kind of distressed, right?
And then I said afterwards, he sounded calm.
Yeah, you said it sounded like he was kind of distressed, but trying to stay calm. And he did sound calm. That's what you said, right?
Correct.
Kind of distressed, but trying to stay calm, right?
Yes.
right? Okay. Now, he's talking to you, sounds kind of distressed, trying to stay calm. And you said also at some point, said something about he seemed like he was at the end of his rope. Is that right?
Yes. That is what he said.
Now, the first call, Emil, when your dad is having this first call with you, from what it was on a FaceTime, right?
Correct.
And there was video, right?
Yes.
Hey, Justin does ASMR. Thank you very much for your monthly donation, bro. What's up, Manimo and Fanimals? Hope all is well. It's all. I guess it's all is well for now. Yeah, I'm hanging in there, bro. But thank you very much for your support and kind words. I appreciate that, man. This is all I got, bro. Thank you very much. You already know. Run that shit. Thank you, man.
But you could see him and kind of the, whatever was in the camera behind him, right?
Right.
And he's having this call with you. He's right on the edge of what looked like a steep cliff, correct?
Yes.
And he's telling you he was going to jump, yes?
Yes.
And did you assume that where he was talking to you at was where the incident with him and Ariel took place? Generally,
I wasn't aware. I wasn't thinking about that.
okay. But it looked like he was in a steep place that kind of was high, like he had to scale on rocks to get to it, correct?
Correct.
You see blood on your dad's shirt, yes?
Correct.
And he tells you that this was Ariel's blood, yes?
Yes.
And he
Uh-oh.
told you that he was explaining to you about how Ariel had been cheating on him for a couple of months, yes?
Yes.
And he told you that the blood was from her head, correct?
Correct.
And half an hour earlier, everything seemed fine to you, right?
Yes.
Now you're hearing this. You see the blood. You see the steep cliff. He's telling you he's going to jump. And I'm sure it was a pretty emotional, upsetting call, yes?
Yes.
And it was also a little confusing to you. You're trying to kind of piece together and make sense of what happened, correct?
Yes.
And also trying to convince him not to jump, correct?
Correct.
Let's speed it up.
This was on FaceTime, and so it was on speakerphone, correct?
Correct. Correct.
After the first call, you then go to Judy and Pete's house, yes?
Yes.
And that's Ariel's parents' house, yes?
Yes.
But you call them your grandparents, correct?
Yes.
You also went to
Speed it up.
Judy and Pete's house with your girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Is that still your girlfriend?
No.
Okay, your girlfriend at the time, correct?
Yes.
Then maybe about an hour later, your dad calls you again. Is that right?
Yes.
And you guys are talking, and he tells you, he brought it up and asked, and you said, yeah, I told Judy and Pete, and then he starts saying, okay, I'm gonna jump then, or something like that. Is that right?
Yes.
And then he said he needed to go so the police wouldn't find him, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he was telling you he wanted to jump and kill himself, and he wanted to go so the police wouldn't find him. That's what he was saying, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And after these understandably,
Zanaya, how you doing, Zanaya?
these understandably difficult and emotional calls, later that day, the detectives from Maui contact you, correct?
Yes.
And at least according to it was the interview started at 2:27 p.m., correct? Would seeing the transcript help you remember that?
It would.
Okay. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
It's yourself. Let me know when you're done.
Yep.
All right. So the interview started at 2:27 p.m. later that day, correct?
Correct.
And these were not Honolulu Police Department detectives, but Maui Police Department detectives, correct?
As far as I know.
And you were able to look on your phone later. Well, you were able to look on your phone and tell the detectives the exact timing of the calls, and that's why you were able to say the first call was 10:42 a.m. and the second call was 11:46 a.m. Right?
Yes.
So the interviews with the detectives is at 2:30 or 2:27. So about 4 hours after the 10:42 call, and about 3 hours after the 11:46 call, right? Your interview with the detective.
Yes.
Roughly. And obviously you didn't record the call with your dad when you guys were having him. You're just listening to him and talking about not jumping, right?
Correct.
And you didn't write down any notes after the call, right after, did you?
Correct. I
Okay.
know.
But you tried your best, 3 or 4 hours later, to describe the call you had with your dad to the detectives, correct?
Yes.
And like today, for example, you were asked by Mr. Gardner, after he was talking to you about jumping, you were asked, what did you say back to him? And I think he said, I don't remember what I said right after that. You remember saying that just a little while ago?
Yes.
Okay. So as you see there today, there's parts of the exact wording and timing of what was said that you don't quite remember exactly verbatim word for word, correct?
Yes.
And for example, you're asked by Mr. Gardner about, what he said after a certain point, and there are things that you don't recall exactly what your dad said after certain parts of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you tried your best to explain to the detectives what you understood your dad to have been saying, correct?
Yes.
But to be clear, it wasn't like an exact word for word verbatim of the entire conversation, but you did your best, correct?
Yes.
For example, in an effort to do your best to explain to the detectives on Maui what happened, you initially told the detectives that your dad told you he tried to kill Ariel by pushing her off a cliff. You remember initially saying that to the detective?
Yes.
Okay. And that was what you had kind of assumed, given the things that he told you and where he was on the cliff. That's what you assumed that he meant, right? At least when you said that to the detective, right?
Can you repeat that question?
So when you initially told the detective, my dad told me he tried to kill Ariel by pushing her off a cliff, that's what you assumed your dad had meant, correct? When he said that, you assumed your dad meant that he had tried to. Well, let me phrase it this way. You remember telling the detective initially that your dad told you he tried to kill Ariel by pushing her off a cliff. You remember telling the detective that?
Yes.
Okay. But later on, in a conversation, in the interview, when a detective asked you about that, you clarified and you said the part about pushing her off the cliff was what you assumed he meant, not what he had actually said, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Come on, make it more exciting. Boring.
And then when the prosecutor asked you questions about it, you said at some point he said something about she got away, right? Something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
What's up, Brian?
Did anyone tell you about the two witnesses that had testified that when she was moving away from him, he didn't try to stop her? Did anyone tell you that?
Can you repeat that?
Did anyone tell you that about how the witnesses that were there testified when she was moving away from him, he didn't try to stop her?
At what point?
Can we approach?
Did anybody share that information with you?
I don't understand the question.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a few more questions, Emil, and then we'll be done, okay? You were asked by Mr. Gardner about how after the incident you flew to Pittsburgh to be with your mom, Jessica. You remember that?
Yes.
And was it later that night?
Yes.
Okay. But you did return to live on Maui sometime thereafter?
Yes.
Maybe in a few weeks? How long were you in Pittsburgh? A couple weeks?
Couple weeks. I couldn't tell you the exact date.
Okay. But, within a month you were back on Maui.
Correct.
And you, at the time, you had moved to Maui with your dad and Ariel when you were in high school, yes?
Yes.
And that was something that you chose to do, right?
Yes.
You were in Pittsburgh with where your dad was and your mom, Jessica, was, correct?
Yes.
And you chose to move to Maui to be with your dad and Ariel, yes?
Yes.
And so by the time we get to 2025, how long had you been on Maui, roughly?
2 years at that point.
Okay. You had a girlfriend at the time, yes?
I did.
You had made friends on Maui, yes?
I did.
Your two younger brothers were there, yes?
Yes.
You had a job on Maui in March of 2025? What kind of job?
I worked at Chick-fil-A at the time.
Were you going to school?
I was not.
And you liked it, right?
Yes.
So your options were to stay in Pittsburgh with your mom. You could have done that, right?
Yes.
Jessica, right? If you could have stayed in Pittsburgh with her if you chose to, right?
Correct.
Or you could come back to Maui, where your friends were and your girlfriend was, but to do that you would have to live with Ariel, right? To come back to Maui, you could come back to Maui and live with Ariel, right?
It was an option. Yes.
Yeah, it was an option. And over the last year, since this incident, you have continued to live with Ariel, correct?
Yes.
You also would see Ariel's parents, Judy and Pete, regularly over the last year, correct?
Correct.
And you refer to them as your grandparents, yes?
Yes.
And you they came with you to court today, yes?
Yes.
And over the last year, though, you've limited your contact with your dad's side of the family, correct? You haven't seen them much, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Your grandparents, you haven't seen them much in the last year, have you? Or talked to them much?
I have done both of those things.
How often have you seen them?
Probably seen them
Since the incident.
since the incident 2 or 3 times.
Okay. The most recent time was when they were going to come to see you play roller hockey on the mainland, right?
Yes.
And where was that?
Irvine.
And when was that? Roughly.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. I mean, it was in 2025.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was 2026.
I'm sorry. I meant that's what I meant. Sorry. It
was
was in 2026.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're into roller hockey. You played a lot.
Yeah.
And you traveled to California earlier this year for a tournament, right?
I did.
Your grandma and grandpa, your dad's parents were going to meet you in Irvine to watch some of your games, right?
Yep.
And when they got there, Ariel's parents, Judy and Pete, had traveled with you up there, right?
Yes.
I'm up.
And you have not spoken to your dad since the incident, correct?
Correct.
All right. Thank you, Emil. That's all the questions I have for you.
Yes. Right. Emil, one of the things that you were just asked about on cross-examination was the fact that you didn't tell the detective on Maui that the defendant told you that Ariel got away. Is that
I
right?
didn't ask that.
I'm sorry?
I didn't ask that.
Is my memory wrong?
Ask the question.
Well, can we approach?
Can we approach? Yeah, that's it.
You were asked about on cross-examination this being a confusing FaceTime call. Is that right?
Yes.
And you were more was right here, Emil. Was there any confusion about the defendant telling you he tried to kill Ariel?
Can you reword that?
Sure. Did you have any confusion about that statement by the defendant?
Was I confused at all? Yes.
I'm sorry. Let me. Is there any confusion in your mind about the defendant making that statement that he tried to kill Ariel
Now?
in general?
Yes.
Okay, could you explain?
I didn't expect it.
I'm sorry. I think I'm phrasing my questions poorly, Emil. Is there any doubt in your mind about the defendant telling you he tried to kill Ariel?
No.
Thank you. No further questions.
No. All right.
No, thank you, Emil.
Relevant involved girlfriend convicted of poisoning, cheating girl. All right, so let's see what's next. No more questions for this guy. Does he continue with somebody else? Did we do the sister? Did we do the wife yet? Wait, who's that? I'm sure testimony by doctor's wife. Did we do the doctor's wife yet? I forget. Does anyone remember if we did the doctor's wife? I think we did some of it, right? Yeah, we did some of it. Did we do all of it? I think we did all of it. Right? Didn't we do the doctor's wife? Does anybody remember? I forgot.
You do solemnly swear affirm that the testimony about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do so swear.
Please have a seat. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First thing I'm going to ask you to do is if you can pull the microphone as close to you as possible and speak directly into the microphone for the rest of this afternoon, okay?
Okay.
Can you please state your name?
My name is Judith Lynn Mast.
Is it okay if I call you Judy for the rest of my questions?
Please do.
Judy, what do you do for work?
I am retired.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where do you live?
I live in Kahului.
And who do you live with?
My husband, Peter Mast.
Judy, are you related to any person involved in this case?
Yes, I am.
Who are you related to?
Ariel Konig is my daughter.
As of March 24th, 2025, who was Ariel married to?
Gerhardt Konig.
Will you understand if I refer to Gerhardt Konig as the defendant for the rest of my questions?
Yes, sir.
How close were you and Ariel?
We were and continue to be very close.
Without going into any details of what was said, did Ariel discuss her relationship with the defendant with you?
Yes, she did.
Aside again from what Ariel may have told you or may have said, did you have any direct observations of the relationship between Ariel and the defendant between December 2024 to March 2025?
Yes, I did.
Can you explain what, and again, speaking from your own observations, what you observed?
There was tension, coldness a little bit, and then it started to change. They were going to counseling, and it seemed to ease up a little bit, but initially there was tension.
Judy, I'm going to ask you about the weeks leading up to March 24th, 2025. So the couple weeks leading up to that date, did you notice any changes in the relationship? And again, from your observation,
Yes.
what did you observe?
It seemed like they were getting along a little better. We were getting Snapchats and things that they were very happy. Yeah, they looked like happy Snapchats, social media. So it did seem to us at that time that perhaps things were improving.
When you say at that time, in those couple weeks leading up to March 24th, 2025, was it odd to you to get these Snapchats? Did you think anything of it?
Not at the time, no.
All right, Judy, I'm going to move forward to March 24th, 2025. At around 11 o'clock a.m., what were you doing?
As much as I hate to say, I was listening to an audiobook and crocheting. I'm 65, not 85, I promise.
And was this at your home?
I was at home. I was in my living room.
Welcome back,
crocheting and
Allie.
Listening to an audiobook.
Was anybody else home with you that morning?
Allie.
My husband was there. He was in the next room.
And that morning, did anybody else come into your home?
Yes, as I was sitting there, I heard the front door lock activate. It's an electronic lock. So when you punch in the code, you can hear it. And then, of course, the dog went nuts. And Emil came in with his girlfriend.
Were you able to observe Emil's demeanor when he came into your house that morning?
Yes.
Okay. What were your observations of Emil's demeanor?
He was very upset. He was shaking, crying, very upset.
Judy, I'm going to jump ahead in time just a little bit. So as a result of what happened when Emil came to your house that morning, did you call or text anyone?
I did.
Who did you call?
I tried to call and text Ariel, and I got no response. I checked her location, and I texted the defendant.
Okay. We're going to break that up a little bit, Judy. When you said trying to find her location, was that Ariel's?
Mhm.
Okay. And how do you
Ms. Mess, is that a yes?
That's a yes. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
okay. And how did you attempt to find Ariel's location?
We share locations we have iPhones, and we share our location in the app. So I can pull up her name in chat and see where she is. We've had it for years. And she was on the poly,
Is that Ariel's location or the phone's location?
the phone's location.
And how often did you use the sharing locations function on your phone?
Oh, quite a bit.
In terms of timing, when did you try and look up Ariel's location on your phone?
From the time that Emil came to visit me, through even because we came to Oahu pretty quickly thereafter. And even when we were at the hospital, her phone was still on the poly, even though Ari was still in the hospital. So I actually gave my phone to the detective to see if they could locate the phone.
Okay. I'm going to backtrack just a little bit, Judy. You mentioned that you texted the defendant. Do you remember what time you texted him?
It was 11:33.
11:33 a.m.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you text the defendant?
Is Ari okay?
When you texted the defendant, is Ari okay? Did he respond saying that Ariel attacked him?
No, sir, he did not.
Did the defendant respond to your text saying Ariel went crazy?
No, he did not.
Ms. Fast, when you asked the defendant through text if your daughter was okay, did the defendant respond at all?
No, he did not.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Thank you.
Oh,
Very briefly, good afternoon, Miss Mass. When Emil got to your house, he was very upset, visibly shaking, correct?
When he came in, yes, he was very upset. He was visibly shaking. Yes.
Yes. Very upset, visibly shaking, crying, emotional, distressed. Yes?
He didn't start crying and being very emotional until he started to talk to me. But then, yes, he did cry and he was emotional. Yes.
At your house
Mhm.
while he was there.
Mhm.
So there were times he was very upset, he was shaking, there were times he was crying, he was emotional and distressed while he was at your house. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
that was fast.
Or do we approach?
Yes.
All right, who's next? Who's gonna watch next? He was not kidding. A white woman testifies and husband white control. He was not kidding. Who's that? Well, listen to the stepfather. This is the stepfather, guys.
Can you please raise it right now?
You do solemnly swear affirm that the testimony about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please have a seat. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, as you testify today, could you please speak into the microphone as much as possible?
I will do that.
And first things first, could you please state your name?
My name is Peter Mast.
And what do you do for work, Mr. Mast?
I'm a engineer. I work part-time for a company providing business consultation on a quarter time.
And where do you live?
I live in Maui.
Who do you live with?
My wife Judith.
Mr. Mast, are you related to any person involved in this case?
The the victim in this,
So Mr. Mast, use the word complainant.
I apologize. Ariel Worthington is my stepdaughter.
As of March 24, 2025, who was Ariel married to?
She was married to Gerhardt Konig.
Will you understand if I refer to Gerhardt Konig as the defendant for the rest of my questions?
Yes,
If you were to see him again, would you recognize him?
yes,
Okay, good. If you recognize him in the courtroom, could you point him out and let us know an article of clothing that he's wearing?
yes. He's sitting at the table there, in front of the monitor, second from the left.
Could you let us know the color of shirt he's wearing?
Blackish, greenish, dark.
Okay, Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has made identification. Okay. Mr. Mast, between yourself and your wife, who would Ariel talk to more about her relationship?
Definitely my wife.
So where did most of your knowledge about Ariel's relationship come from?
Secondhand through my wife.
So I want to stay away from what your wife told you.
I understand.
Did you have any direct observations, meaning from yourself, about the relationship between Ariel and the defendant between December 2024 to March 2025?
Yes, to a certain degree, we interacted with them relatively frequently. And I would say that starting sometime in the latter part of December on into the following year, there was a noticeable cooling in their relationship
Cool.
that was observable to both myself and my wife, which was consistent with what we had been led to believe had happened between them.
Okay, and again, we're going to stay away from what you've been told, okay?
Yep.
Okay. What sort of context did you make these observations in? And I'm asking public or private.
Generally, these were private dinners together, that kind of thing.
So from the outside, from a public view, was there any indication of any strained relationship?
I cannot answer that.
How's your speculation about others?
So your answer is you don't know the answer.
I don't know the answer to that. I can't speak to how others observed them. There was limited times where we saw them in, let's say, a somewhat more public environment. One was at a party at our house in January.
Could you explain what you observed at that party in January?
Yes, this would be probably sometime late January. It was a Christmas get-together with friends, largely of the Konigs, that was at our house. And I will say that even at the time, I observed an instance in the kitchen where the defendant seemed to go out of his way to demonstrate closeness with Ariel by sort of grabbing her, getting her to come close. I thought it was odd. It was out of character, like he was putting on a show that everything was normal, if you will.
Okay.
I apologize.
Mr. Master, can we strike the last part of that answer?
Yes.
Okay. So, and again, let's just keep it to what you actually observed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to move on, Mr. Master, to March 24th, 2025.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. On March 24th, 2025, at around 11 o'clock a.m., what were you doing?
I was working in my office at home.
Was anybody else home with you that morning?
Yes, my wife Judy.
Did anybody else come into your home that morning?
Yes, probably 11:30 in the morning. Emil Konig came over to our house.
Who is Emil Konig to you?
Emil Konig is a step grandson.
All right. And then what room in the house were you in?
I was in my office. Judy was in the living room next door watching TV. I was at my computer working.
And did you eventually leave your office and go to the living room?
I did.
Okay.
My wife called me in.
And I'm going to jump ahead in time, Mr. Mass. As a result of what happened that morning with you, your wife, and Emil, where did you and your wife go?
As a result of what we heard, we got a flight and flew from Maui to Oahu. And the flight here got in probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, went over to Queens Medical Center.
And who did you see at Queens Medical Center?
We went
Medical
to
Center.
see Ariel.
New York.
Mr. Master, are you aware of any loan that you and your wife provided to Ariel and Gerhardt Konig?
Yes,
Is that loan still outstanding?
it is not.
When was that loan paid?
That loan was repaid probably sometime in April of that year
And how was it repaid?
in the form of transaction, a electronic transaction.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who was the person that fulfilled that transaction?
Ariel.
Mr. Master, thank you. I have no further questions for you today.
Okay.
That's it.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mast.
Good afternoon.
So you indicated that from December to March, you were around Ariel and Gerhardt decent amount of times, yes?
Once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week, and you got to see them interact with one another, right?
Correct.
And when asked about anything odd, there was a party and you were in the kitchen and he pulled her close and seemed to go out of his way to demonstrate closeness. That's what you said, yes?
Correct.
All right. No further questions. Thank you, sir.
Any redirect.
Thank you.
Mr. Mass, thank you. You can step down.
All right.
That first step.
Thank you.
The state's next witness, the state calls Judith Mass.
Oh my God. Who's next? What do you want to watch next? I don't know what I want to watch. Let me see. Anything interesting? So that one. Where are the big ones? Where are the big ones, bro? What time is it? 12:30. All right. Where's the other ones? No. No.
Can you please raise your right hand?
No. That's not it. I want to see something. Hold on. Let's murder weapon, please. The murder weapon. Let me see. Murder weapon?
Delegate duties to other personnel, canvass the area, conduct.
Okay. And you can see it up there, but you can also follow the exhibit that you have.
Okay.
with you.
Okay.
What does this photo show, detective?
Shows a photo of the rock,
In which part of the rock?
You use a rock?
the jagged side with blood, or what appears to be blood on it.
And why did you take this photo?
Just to get, I just wanted to take this photo just to, so you can see the side of the rock that possibly had made contact with human skin.
Allie, nice
We're
picture,
now published
Allie.
States Exhibit 69. Detective Spacek, what does this photo show?
Oh, Allie. Got a new picture.
This photo shows, it depicts a close-up of the rock with
A nail?
strands of possible human hair
Oh.
stuck to it or attached to it.
We're going to publish now States Exhibit 70. Okay, we've got States Exhibit 70 on the screen, Detective. What does this exhibit show?
This exhibit depicts the rock and one of the measurements that was taken with a ruler.
And our last photo for now, publishing States Exhibit 71. What does this photo show?
This photo depicts the rock sitting on a scale.
Now, was this, super technically calibrated scale?
I don't believe so. No.
What was the purpose in taking the photo?
Purpose in taking the photos is just to show the consistency of the surface of the rock, what was on the rock at the time it was recovered, and also to show the dimensions of the rock, the width and the length, and also the weight.
When we're speaking about weight, we're speaking generally, right?
Generally, yes.
The general weight of the rock. Okay, and what was the general weight of the rock?
The general rate of the weight of the rock was a little over a pound, maybe like a pound, 1.2 pounds.
I'm going to zoom in on the screen on the scale right there. Does that say, and you can look at the screen here, detective, say 1 pound, 2 ounces?
Yes.
I'm going to take the exhibit down. Okay, and I'm going to actually walk up and retrieve those exhibits from you now, detective. Okay, so after you took these photos of the rock on March 27th, 2025, what did you do with it?
After taking photos, I put it back in the bag it was recovered in and resealed it and submitted it back into evidence.
To this same evidence custodian or different?
Same evidence custodian.
And during the time that you took the rock from the evidence custodian to the time that you gave the rock back to the same evidence custodian, was that rock in your full custody and control?
Yes.
Did anybody else touch the rock at all during that time?
No.
And during that time, did you tamper with, alter, substitute anything on the rock?
No.
Were you wearing
No.
gloves?
Yes.
And how did you package the rock before you gave it back to the evidence specialist?
I placed it back into the bag that it came in and I resealed it.
With new evidence tape?
Yes.
In this case, in addition to the evidence that you talked over that was recovered so far, did you recover any evidence yourself?
Yes.
What did you recover?
I recovered a black Patagonia backpack or like a side bag type of, it's like a sling bag type of bag.
Got it. And can you describe for us the circumstances of how you recovered that?
Yes. After the suspect was arrested at the scene, or just a little bit lower than the scene, I recovered the backpack or that bag from Officer Chauncey Nicola.
After you recovered that bag from Officer Nicola, what did you do with it?
When he handed it to me, it was already in a brown bag. I recovered the bag and took it back to when I went back to the station, I sealed up the bag, labeled it, and secured it in my drawer, my office drawer, that can be locked with a key.
Got it. All right, Detective Spacek, I'm going to now approach with what's been marked as State's Exhibit 72, showing to the defense counsel. May I approach, Your Honor? Okay, Detective, I've just handed you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 72. Do you recognize what I've just handed you?
Yes.
What is it?
It's the bag that I sealed and labeled.
Is it a photograph of that bag?
Yes.
Okay, and where's the bag in the photograph?
It's in the drawer that I secured and locked it in.
And does this photograph fairly accurately depict the bag after you put it in that drawer at your desk?
Yes.
At this point, the state moves Exhibit 72, State 72 into evidence.
Mr. Otake,
No objection.
what has been marked for identification as State's Exhibit 72 is received evidence?
Okay, and Detective, I'm going to put it up on the screen next to you and ask you a couple questions.
Excuse me.
Okay, when you say you sealed the bag,
Okay.
where did you seal the bag?
I sealed it at the police station at the 801 South Beartania Street.
I think that might have been a bad question. Where on the bag did you seal it?
The bag was placed in a brown paper bag. The top of the bag was sealed with red evidence tape.
Got it. Okay, and looking at the photo right there, is the evidence tape we see at the top of the bag, that's what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, sorry for the confusing question. Is your desk at the HPD station in a place that's open to the public?
No.
How is the HPD building secured?
The HPD police station in Honolulu is secured with numerous electronic doors that have to be accessed with a key access card.
Do members of the public have those kind of key access cards?
No.
And from the time did you say you locked this drawer as well?
Yes.
From the time you locked the bag in that drawer to the time that you eventually retrieved it from that drawer, when you retrieved it, was the seal still intact?
Yes.
during your investigation in the case, did you end up executing a search warrant on the black bag contained in the photo we see now?
Yes.
I'm going to approach now with state exhibits 73 through 86. Show them to defense counsel. Okay, previously shown to defense counsel. May I approach?
Yes.
I sneezed. I don't remember sneezing.
72, thank you. Okay, Detective Spacek, I've handed you what's been marked as States Exhibit 73 through 86. Could you take a minute and flip through and make sure you see every exhibit?
I'm gonna smoke my cigar a little bit.
Okay, Detective Spacek, after reviewing all the exhibits, do you recognize what they are?
Yes.
What are these exhibits?
These exhibits are pictures of the items that were recovered from within the Patagonia bag upon the execution of the search warrant.
Patagonia.
Do these photos fairly and accurately
Patagonia.
depict the bag, its contents during your execution of the search warrant?
Yes.
At this point, the state moves exhibits 73 through 86 into evidence.
No objection.
And what is the mark for identification as State's Exhibit 73 through 86 inclusive of received this evidence?
Okay, Detective Spacek, we're going to go through each photo one by one. I'm just going to ask you, what is the photo showing, okay?
Okay.
Publishing now, States Exhibit 73. What is that photo showing?
Photo showing the backside of the bag, where if you were wearing it, that part would be touching your body. There's a big red stain that appears to be possibly blood, but we don't know that.
And publishing now, States Exhibit 74.
This
Guys ain't get
photo
off. It's
depicts the
ridiculous.
bag. If you were wearing it, and
Trial
that's the part you'd
ridiculous.
actually see that's on the outside. Again, red stains all over it,
What are you
depicting
trying to
possible
kill her, man?
biohazard blood.
Just make a
Possibly.
decision already. I don't think we need all this. We don't need to know all this.
75.
We know he's guilty,
This picture depicts the bag laying on a desk
right?
with like a side view profile. Again, you can see
Crazy.
red stains all over it.
States, and I'm gonna pause right here. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to keep moving. Sorry. States Exhibit 76.
This picture depicts this is the middle side pocket.
Is this the middle side pocket or the strap pocket, Detective?
Objection, beating.
This is a strap pocket.
No problem. Did you find anything in there?
Yeah, no, nothing was in there. Sorry.
Publishing now, States Exhibit 77.
Lovely
This is the middle
lady,
side
the
pocket.
man on where we are.
Okay. And what can you see inside that middle side pocket?
A black eyeglasses case.
And now we're going to go to States Exhibit 78. What does this photo show?
It shows the black eyeglasses case with its contents.
Same one from the middle pocket you were just talking about?
Yes, the middle, the side middle pocket.
Thank you. All right, publishing now, States Exhibit 79. What does this exhibit show?
This shows an orange whistle with a lanyard along with
Bad. So sad.
the sunglasses case.
Isn't this a sad case,
Which
guys?
pocket did the orange whistle?
Poor
with the
woman
lanyard?
died.
Came from the middle side pocket.
No, she didn't die. She's
Same
alive,
pocket or
but
different
thank
pocket
God.
with the sunglasses case?
The same pocket.
Lucky she made it out of there alive,
Publishing
man.
now,
She got
States
lucky.
Exhibit 80. What does this photo show?
And this photo depicts two sunglasses and lactase tablets in packets that came out of the sunglasses case.
Okay. Next photo, States Exhibit 81. What are we looking at in States Exhibit 81, Detective?
This photo depicts a large side pocket with contents in it.
In terms of size of the pockets in the bag, could you rank the ones we've done so far?
Yeah, so the first one was the strap pocket. The second one was the middle side pocket. And this one that we're currently looking at is the large side pocket.
And all right, do you later photograph the contents?
Sorry.
Did you later photograph the contents of this?
Yes,
pocket?
yes.
I'm going to publish now States Exhibit 82. What does this photograph show?
So this photograph depicts the contents that came out of the middle side pocket, or the large side pocket, excuse me.
Were there any other contents of the large side pocket other than these?
No, just that.
Done.
Publishing States Exhibit 83.
Let's get a decision
photo
already
show?
in this case.
This photo depicts an Apple iPhone.
And from the same pocket we've just been seeing,
Yes.
You try to kill her. That's it.
publishing now States Exhibit 84.
Polka dot. How you
What
doing,
does this
polka
photo
dot?
show?
This photo depicts the same Apple
Polka dot. Susan.
iPhone with the side of it with a little bit red stain on it, possibly from the same stain that was all over the bag, along with the empty SIM card slot.
Okay. Could you use the pointer that's right next to you on the witness stand to direct everybody's attention to that SIM card slot you were just mentioning?
Oh Lord, here we go. So the SIM card slot
That's
and
in the
SIM
direct
card.
center of the photo.
Correct.
Only nudies, on new pictures.
I'm going to zoom in on that section. Okay. And now that we've seen the SIM card slot, is this a zoomed in photo?
Yes.
Detective Spacek, we're now publishing States Exhibit 85. What does this photo show?
This photo depicts the actual SIM card, a loose SIM card, and a SIM card holder.
SIM
When
card.
you open this Patagonia backpack, where were the SIM card and the SIM card holder?
They were just in the bag, in the actual pouch, the large side pocket, just loose, just lying there.
Was there any SIM card or SIM card holder installed into the phone?
No,
Do you recall if the phone was on or off?
it was off.
All right, publishing now States Exhibit 86. Detective Spacek, what does this exhibit show us?
Money, baby.
This picture depicts
200,
the
300.
cash that was found in there, along with various credit
Fifties?
cards and Hawaii driver's
Fifties?
license. This was all
1,
actually
2, 3,
clipped to
4,
money clip,
15.
this carbon fiber money clip.
Could you use that pointer and point to us where the money clip that this all came in
Yes.
is?
All of these items were all bunched up and clipped into this money clip right here.
Okay, and you're directing your pointer to the left side of the screen.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm going to take the exhibit down. And I'm going to retrieve that stack of exhibits from you now, Detective.
Money. Polka dot. Guys, is any more exciting trials come out? Let me know.
No,
Other than the items that we've seen in these photos, was there anything else in that black Patagonia backpack?
no,
Detective Spacek, with regards to the iPhone and the SIM card that you found in the backpack, did you take any other action regarding these items during your investigation?
yes.
Okay, what did you do about the SIM card and the iPhone?
I prepared a search warrant.
Are you a techie kind of guy, Detective?
No, I'm not.
So who ended up executing that search warrant on the phone and the SIM card?
That search warrant was executed by Detective Thomas E. Inuma, who is from Cybercrimes.
During the course of your investigation, did you execute a search warrant on a different bag?
Yes.
Which bag was that?
This other bag was a black Nike fanny bag.
And how did the Honolulu Police Department
Bag,
end up
bag.
coming into possession of that black Nike fanny bag?
Fanny
Um,
bag.
We were notified that Ariel Konig discovered the bag at her residence in Maui, and she, after discovering after she discovered what was in it or whatever, she ended up notifying Maui Police Department, who then recovered it as evidence, and that's how it ended up getting shipped to us.
Did HPD give the Maui Police any directions?
Yes,
Okay, what did you direct the Maui Police to do?
if they could,
Were there any hidden
if their
trials?
evidence custodians or specialists could box it up and ship it to.
What's the hidden
us.
trial?
And did you actually inspect the shipment that was gotten back?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to publish now what's already in evidence. States Exhibit 87. Detective Spacek, it's I'm so sorry. It's now on the screen. Do you recognize what this is?
Yes.
Okay, what is this?
That is the box that the stuff was shipped over from the Maui PD.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Detective. I'm going to actually approach and hand you hard copies of the exhibits as well, so you can look through them along with us on the screen.
Okay. Thank you.
Detective Spacek, what are those blue things on the box?
That's evidence tape.
When you received the box, was any of the evidence tape broken?
No, it wasn't.
All right, I'm now publish States Exhibit 88. What does this exhibit show?
This photo depicts the actual Nike bag itself.
I'm going to publish States Exhibit 89. What does this photo depict?
This depicts a close-up of the Nike bag's the most outside pocket with stuff in it,
Okay. The contents of the
the
pocket.
contents of the pocket.
Publishing now, States Exhibit 90.
Yeah, Virginia, are there any?
What does this photo show?
This photo depicts
Anywhere?
stuff that came, the contents that
good?
came out of that most outside pocket.
I don't care where it is. It'll be good.
We're going to move on
Interesting.
to States Exhibit 91.
Interesting facts.
What does this exhibit show?
It shows a packaged medical type. I don't know if it's a needle or some kind of something, but it's some kind of medical, like for medical use.
And before we go further into anything medical, are you a doctor?
No, I'm not.
Do you know the technical terms for medical things?
No.
I'll just ask you to do your best, detective, okay?
Okay.
All right. Publishing now, States Exhibit 92.
92.
What is this?
This is the front side of the item that was from the previous photo, and it's just the packaging and the label of what it is.
All right, I'm going to publish now, States Exhibit 93. Detective Spacek, what does States Exhibit 93 show?
This one depicts in the big pocket, just a bunch of bags and a bunch of medical supplies.
Medical supplies.
I'm going to publish States Exhibit 94. What does this exhibit show?
This shows all the contents that was in that pocket of the bag.
And although you may not be an expert, do you recognize any of the medical supplies?
Yes, it looks like a stethoscope, syringes, a bunch of maybe medicine vials. Looks like IV bags, safety glasses.
Publishing States Exhibit 95. What does this exhibit show?
This shows vials of medication, and I don't even know what that is. In the red, the top right.
On the top right, you don't recognize what that is?
No.
Okay. We'll publish now States Exhibit 96. Do you know what these are, Detective Spacek?
No, I don't.
Okay, we'll move on. Publishing now States Exhibit 97. Do you recognize what this is, Detective Spacek?
Yes, it's like a syringe and there's a liquid in it, but I don't know what that is.
Publishing now States Exhibit 98. Could you tell us what this exhibit shows?
Yeah, Exhibit 98 it depicts a Ziploc type bag with like 3 syringes and 2 medicine vials in it.
Publishing now States Exhibit 99. What does this photo show?
99 also shows a Ziploc bag with different type of syringes and 2 medicine vials.
Publishing States Exhibit 100. What does this show?
It also shows another Ziploc with looks like big syringes, maybe some small ones, and a medicine vial.
States Exhibit 101. What does this exhibit show?
This one depicts a Ziploc bag with a bunch of unopened syringes in packages.
All right, and publishing States Exhibit, we're almost at Detective. States Exhibit 102. What does this photo show?
This photo shows the very back pocket. Like if you was wearing the bag closest to your body, that's the contents of that back pocket.
And publishing States Exhibit 103.
And this photo depicts looks like a charging cord, the lactase tablet packets. I don't know if that's a mask. Looks like some metallic hooks for you to hang IVs. I'm not sure. And his work ID maybe.
I'm sorry, what exhibit number is that?
Exhibit 103.
And then the green, I'm not sure if that's needles or I'm not sure.
Okay. Got it. All right, I'm going to take the exhibit down. Okay. In addition to this black Nike fanny bag that was shipped from Maui, was anything else shipped over?
Yes, in the box was along with the bag was a laptop computer.
And what actions did you take with regards to the laptop computer?
I prepared another search warrant
Did you execute the search warrant on that laptop yourself?
No.
Okay. Do you know who did?
Detective Thomas E. Numa from Cybercrimes.
All right, I'm going to collect those exhibits I just handed you, Detective. Okay, Detective Spacek, did you respond to the Poly Lookout on March 24th, 2025?
Yes,
How many different HPD divisions responded?
at least 13.
When I say, okay. Any other government agencies?
Yes. We had DLNR out there also.
Did HFD also respond?
HFD also, yes.
Did you direct officers to search for any evidence at the scene?
Yes.
What did you direct them to search for?
I directed them, all the units involved to, of course, we were searching for the suspect, but at the same time, we're looking for any type of evidence that may have been connected to the incident, syringes, vials.
Did you, as a result of all that search up at the Poly, were any syringes recovered?
No,
Were any vials recovered?
no,
Was a phone belonging to Ariel Konig ever recovered?
no,
Was a purse belonging to Ariel Konig ever recovered?
no,
When defendant was arrested, were any syringes found on his person?
no.
Did you order the officers to search the bottom of the cliff or the bottom of the Poly on the windward side?
Yes, but we were unable to do so because just the area where it's situated, in order for anybody to go down there, they'd either have to rappel, which it's way too high, or just be inserted by helicopter or hike in. But if we was to hike in, it'd probably take several hours to even get in there. You'd have to cut a path. It would have been hard.
Is there any trails that you're aware of that go to the bottom of that cliff?
No.
Falcon, Australia. How you doing,
Okay,
Falcon?
Detective, you've talked about 4 search warrants so far in this case. Did you prepare any other search warrants?
Yes.
And what was that for?
For buccal swab to recover from the suspect.
And did you execute that search warrant yourself?
No.
Do you know who did?
Yes. Was
Yo,
Mohammed Salami.
bathroom.
Right, Detective. Aside from what you testified about from the Maui police, did everything else you testified about occur in the city and county of Honolulu?
I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be
Yes.
right back.
Thank you. No further questions at this time.
Good afternoon, Detective Spacek. Just a few questions. So were you the lead detective on the case?
Yes.
So part of your job was to kind of decide who to interview, and as part of it is you decide which witnesses we should follow up with an interview, correct?
Yes.
And then that way you establish contact with them. You have their contact information. If you need to subpoena them to come or testify, then at least you're in touch with them too, right?
Yes.
Did you interview a man in this case by the name of Jeff Miller?
Yes.
And you interviewed him, you had his cell phone, his address,
Yes.
and you talked to him, yes?
Yes.
Now, you talked about collecting evidence and documenting it. Did you go hike up the trail that day?
No.
But you sent evidence specialists to go up there and take some photos of the rock, right?
Yes.
And she took photos of the rock, right?
Yes.
Were you aware as a lead detective that another officer had moved the rock around before she photographed it?
I was aware that it wasn't in the place that it should have been when she photoed it. What-
You were aware that it was not in the place that it should have been when she photographed it, right?
Well, I was aware that where she photoed it, it wasn't where supposedly it originally was.
Did you document that in your report in any way, sir?
No.
I want to just ask you briefly about this bag, the one from Maui, and then we'll be done, sir. First of all, just to be clear, Mr. Dirks, could we please pull up Exhibit 93? Sir, you can see this on the screen here.
Yes.
So just to be clear, just to be crystal clear, this bag was recovered on Maui, not on Oahu, correct?
Correct.
And then on Maui, it was recovered to your knowledge because when Ms. Konig says she discovered it, she actually contacted her attorney who then talked to the Maui police, correct?
Correct.
And then the way it got to Oahu and its contents got to Oahu is then the MPD, Maui police, sealed it up and mailed it to you at your request, yes?
Correct.
You were aware, in your investigation, you learned that Gerhardt Konig was a medical doctor and anesthesiologist, yes?
Yes.
And if we could please go, Mr. Dirks, to number 94. Okay, and you know, I know you're not a medical doctor, and neither am I, but certain things that were in the bag of this anesthesiologist was a stethoscope, yes?
Yes.
And some glasses, IV bags, yes?
Yes.
Have you ever heard, as you know, you're being a detective, well, or just generally, oftentimes doctors are on call. You heard about that? Doctors are on call, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And so he has these medical supplies in this bag, and it gets sent over to you, yes?
Yes.
Now, could we go to 103, please, Mr. Dirks? Okay. And here, and this was in the bag as well, right?
Correct.
And in the bag, there was his workplace identification badge with all this stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I would imagine, as a detective, one of the things you deducted is that this was likely a work bag for him as an anesthesiologist, yes?
Yes.
We can take that. Now, sir, after the discovery of this bag and its contents, you understood or learned that Gerhardt worked at Maui Memorial Hospital for a group called TMG or something like that, yes?
Yes.
And who is, well, let me ask it to you this way. Dean Terakawa who is Dean Terakawa in relation to this case?
He's a detective who also assisted with the case.
Okay, so you were the lead detective, yes?
Yes.
But Detective Terakawa was I guess a partner detective kind of helping you with the case.
Just
yes?
assisting us.
Assisting, yes?
Yes.
And so there'd be things you if you were busy or had other things, you would tell Detective Terakawa, hey, go follow up with this, and he would do it, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you would review as a lead detective his work and his reports, yes?
Yes.
And one of the things that you, or I guess, well, either instructed Detective Terakawa to do, or he, did as part of it, is after this work bag with the ID was found, you asked him to contact someone from Maui Memorial Medical Center, yes?
Yes.
And that person's name was Amber Bartle, correct?
Yes.
And Amber Bartle was the executive director of compliance for the hospital, right?
Correct.
She's the person that deals with compliance with, everything, you guys wanted to talk to her about the appropriateness of him having these, vials and things like that at his house, correct?
Yes.
And you interviewed her, right?
I didn't.
I'm
interview her.
sorry. And Detective Terakawa interviewed her about it, right?
Yes.
And you guys have her contact information and you've been in touch with her. She's cooperative when you guys talk to her, yes?
Yes.
One second, Detective. That's all the questions I have for you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Any reader? No, no, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a good time today. We're gonna release you for the day. These are notebooks on the chair. No trial tomorrow, for sure. Today's the holiday. I will ask you to come back on Friday. So we'll continue on Friday, 9:30. Come up to the fourth floor. Between now and when you come back, don't talk to anybody about this case. Keep an open mind. Do not try to learn about this case outside of the courtroom. You see the cameras. Don't watch any media. There's reporting on it. Turn off the TV or walk out of the room if it starts to come onto the TV. I hope all of you have a safe trip home. Hope you enjoy and actually get some time off tomorrow. We'll see you all on Friday morning. All right.
Sorry, guys. I had to go to the bathroom. Sorry. I'm back. Did you miss me? I had to make. I had to go to the bathroom on number 2. Sorry. You miss me? Braxton, what's up? Oh man, I'm back. Thank you. All right, I'm back for another hour, guys. We're gonna spend the last hour on the with Nancy Grace and talking about the you know, what's her name? Ah, my foot hurts. That woman. Where is that? Where's the video? Nancy Grace. Where is it? Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace. Where's the video? Where my video, boy? Here you go. Savannah Guthrie. Savannah Guthrie mom, day 59, guys. We're on day 59. You guys ready for some you ready for 42 minutes of Nancy Grace? 43 minutes of Nancy Grace and then bedtime. Sounds good, Rich? All right, thank you for Chihuahuas. Let's go. Let's do it. Run that shit.
And tonight, why was Nancy Guthrie's back door propped open? This as a Pima County Sheriff's deputy arrested for kidnap in the same jurisdiction as Nancy Guthrie is kidnapped. The FBI tonight looking for satellite images. Yes, they've been used in the past. Will they emerge as key evidence? Also tonight, a vehicle of interest. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Let's go, Nancy. Come on, Nancy.
Why was the back door propped open?
It confirms the initial reports that entry was initially gained through the rear of the residence.
Yet we know Mrs. Guthrie went out the front door because that was her blood. Straight out today, Matt, Crime Stories investigative reporter. We are learning that roofers, electricians, HVAC workers are now under the microscope in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. What's happening?
Well, Nancy, one thing that has been learned is that there were a number of individuals that had legitimate access to Nancy Guthrie's home. In particular, there was an electrician, at least one, maybe more, that was there to replace an electrical panel. That was a big undertaking and required multiple days and work orders. That was leading up to the day she was kidnapped. We've got HVAC workers that were also reportedly doing service maintenance work on her HVAC system in the home in the weeks leading up to her disappearance on February 1st. These are all legitimate people, reportedly, that were there and are now.
I want to see her house for a second. Hold on. She had a nice house, man. Wow. It's a big house. She got a pool in the. She has a nice pool in the backyard. They have a pool in their yard too. The house on the right side looks nice too. Damn. No, she has a nice house, man. That's a beautiful house. Little grass over here. I don't know what that is, the grassy part. But yeah, it looks nice. Very nice. You love the pool? Yeah, I know, right? It's a great pool she got there, right? I know. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. Wow. She had a good life. She lived in that big house by herself? She lived alone? That's too much of a house for one person. That's too much house for one person. Sorry. She should be living in a security in a security place where older people go. Seriously, man. I mean, she's not that old. How old is she? 70? I forgot how old she was. No, 85, right? 84. She's 84 years old. What are you doing, lady? Come on. That's crazy. That's
They're all legitimate
not
people,
fair.
reportedly,
Gotta
that
be-
were there.
She can't. That's not a place for her. That's not a home for her. She's too old for that. So it sucks.
And are now being tracked back.
Yeah, 84 exactly. She should be in a nursing home. Look at that. Look at that view right there. Look at that pool. I mean, if we all had this, we don't want to leave either, probably, because it's so much freedom there and all that stuff. But it's definitely too big for one person. She should sell it and get money. That's what she needs to do. Sell the property and make money while you still can, and while you're still alive. You gotta enjoy your money, man. You gotta enjoy your life.
By investigators, each individual person.
This reference at 12 News put up Dave Mack. What do you mean they were all legitimate? Do you know who was on the team of roofers working on her house? Do you know that?
Yeah, but I'm sure a lot of memories and shit, but you gotta move on. Look, she has to look at the pictures she took. Living in that house ain't gonna last. Living in that house still, it's not gonna help anything.
They were all legitimate? Were they day laborers that got picked up in the parking lot of the grocery store? You don't know that. Why did you say that?
I said legitimate because there were legitimate reasons for these people to be there. We don't know who they are. We don't have their names. And hey, a day laborer could have been picked up to do work that day.
She did work
we
as
don't
well
know. We just know that there were legitimate work orders in place for the work being done, not the individuals.
Dave Mack, an 84-year-old grandmother is missing. Words matter. Words matter. Straight out to Brian Fitzgibbons joining us, Director Operations, USPA Nationwide Security. I can't say it enough. He leads a team of investigators around the world, finding and extracting missing people, including extractions from Mexico. Former Marine Iraqi war vet, Brian, I would expect this is SOP. I would be surprised if they didn't start, not nanos, but the FBI didn't start looking at the HVACs, the electricians, the roofers. Day one, we've heard about landscapers and pool guys, but now we're hearing specifically about HVAC workers.
Yeah, exactly. And that search has expanded to anybody doing work inside of Mrs. Guthrie's house and I would say, important to remember, and in the neighboring properties. These are going to be HVAC technicians, electricians, general contractors, any type of repair work being done. The FBI will be meticulously going through those work orders, the dates, the times that those work orders were completed, and then most importantly, who was there on site and who has information about those people, and getting an interview with them.
Scott Eicher, founding member of the FBI Cellular Analysis Survey Team, CAST, former FBI agent before that, former homicide, Norfolk, Virginia, 12 years, now with Precision Cellular Analysis Experts. Eicher, don't you think the FBI zoomed in the moment they got there and started looking at, looking at pool guys and looking at landscapers, but now HVAC workers. We also know they looked at electricians, but now we're learning more about roofers and HVAC workers. Why?
Well, that's part of the process of when we go out and there's a crime scene, we're going to do a neighborhood canvass. That's not just talking to the neighbors. That's also figuring out who was normally in that area and who was there doing work or who was just visiting family in the area. You don't just narrow it down to people that live there. It's everybody that could have been in that area at the time the crime occurred and prior to the time occurring. So the workers there are definitely people that when I was in the FBI, we'd be tracking down and interviewing and validating their reasons to be there and where they were on the night of the crime.
We're just learning tonight that it's not just electricians, not just the pool guy and the landscaper, but specifically roofers and HVAC workers under the microscope. And Susanna Ryan joining us, lab director, forensic DNA analyst at Pure Gold Forensics.
I used to be a roofer.
She is a consultant at Ryan Forensics, 25 years in the business of DNA and serology.
What's up, Wild Dog? How you doing?
Gee, Susanna, thank you for being with us. Day one, you look at them. Day two, you get their DNA. It's not hard. I stood there, warrant in hand, and said, I'm getting your DNA. Now, I did not perform the test because that would make me a witness at trial, but I stood there and watched it on many occasions. I watched it get put in a paper bag, sealed, signature written on it, and taken to the crime lab. How do you do it? How do you get the HVAC workers' DNA in the least intrusive manner possible?
It's very simple. It's just what we call a buccal swab. So it's just a swab from the inside of someone's mouth. We're collecting the cheek cells. And so that's a great source of DNA. We don't have to take blood anymore. So it's very simple. Put that swab in, swirl it around, collect it. And like you said, then you have it. Whether you actually have to test it or not, that's going to come down the road if you start having unknown profiles. But absolutely collect it. I can't tell you the number of cases that I have worked that it's turned out that, not to disparage construction workers. I'm not saying, these people are bad people in any way, but I have had a lot of cases where it's been a construction worker, someone that, as Dave Mack said, had legitimate access to the house, but performed a terrible act on a person living there. And that does have me concerned that perhaps one of these people who had this access to the house then locked the door, put something in it so it didn't close completely because they were planning on coming back later that night to kidnap Miss Guthrie.
So roofers, electricians, HVAC workers, get in line. You're getting a buccal swab. It's really not hard. Just like Susanna Ryan's telling you, it's like a long Q-tip. And they just stick it in your mouth and swirl it around. They don't let you do it in a forensic buccal swab like you would take your own COVID test by sticking the Q-tip up your nose. No, they do it to make sure it's an accurate test. Very easy. In the time we've talked about it, we could have done maybe 3 or 4 buccal swabs. Now, next, a Pima County Sheriff's deputy arrested for kidnap of a female in this jurisdiction. Dave Mack, hit me.
Nancy, 22-year-old Travis Reynolds is a deputy or former deputy with Pima County, and he is accused of transporting a suspect. And during this transporting the suspect to jail, Travis Reynolds commented on her hotness, referring to her as a MILF and suggesting that
Hold on. Please stop. I've never heard it stated quite like that, Dave Mack. Did you say the Pima County Sheriff deputy commented on her hotness? Her hotness. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. He commented on her hotness. That's not a felony. Keep going.
And suggested
It's not funny either. Keep going.
Could help. No, I'm frightened because of what it suggests, Nancy. He suggests he could actually help her case if they just popped over to a local
my stars,
hotel.
like he's some bargain. Look at this.
No, he's not
Please.
much.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So once the woman is obviously very uncomfortable in this situation, but Reynolds doesn't let up. They go to the jail, and at the jail, this Pima County Sheriff's deputy at the time sits in the vehicle with the suspect. He doesn't take her inside the jail. The deputy sits in his car in the parking lot with, by the way, surveillance cameras facing the car where they can see them sitting in the car. During this time period of 2 hours, the suspect watches other suspects being taken in for booking into the jail and suggests, hey, let's go in. It's time. She's begging, take me into jail. Reynolds doesn't. They stay in the vehicle for 2 hours. During that time, Reynolds allegedly shows the victim, suspect, videos of male and female having sex. The suspect, or victim rather, believes.
Dave, it's called.
Yeah, homemade. Yeah,
Let me guess. Is he the star of the? Just
apparently, yes. Yeah.
Okay, keep going. Can you wrap it up? Because I don't see any connection. Go.
Well, he is
Wrap
charged
it
with
up.
kidnapping. The former deputy Travis Reynolds.
Wait, didn't you leave out? He made her show him her breasts before he would let her out of the car.
That is exactly what happened, and I did leave it out. I apologize. So once she showed him her breast, the deputy then escorted the victim suspect into the jail where she was booked. He was later arrested by Tucson police because he is a deputy with Pima County, and he is arrested and charged with kidnapping and is being held on $200,000 bond.
Okay, I'm going to throw this to Scott Eicher. Eicher, I need to see Eicher. Not seeing him. There he is. What's wrong with men? What is wrong with men?
I could tell you that that's kind of sickening, and it's abuse of the power of a police officer. I mean, you've already got someone in a position where they can't fight back, and you are suggesting these type of events and stuff like that for some favors. It's sickening, in my opinion.
I don't see a connection. That the MO, modus operandi, method of operation, completely different than that of Nancy Guthrie.
Low life, right?
But we still have to look at it. I mean, if he'll try to force himself on one female in this jurisdiction, he may very well. He has not been charged. He has not been named a person of interest in the Nancy Guthrie case. My gut is he's not part of that. So please don't run up to his apartment with pitchforks and torches. Please don't. That said, you still have to look at it, Eicher. You can't ignore it.
I agree that this doesn't look like it's having any connection to the Nancy Guthrie case. Just the fact that they used the term kidnapping, that's going to make the news, and it's in Pima County. But I don't see at this point in time any connection to Miss Guthrie's case.
Okay, what about it, Fitz?
I agree that, hey, the unfortunate thing here is this is yet again another negative blow in the media to Pima County that's unrelated to the case, but also will tie up significant resources amongst their leadership, right? Because at the end of the day, Pima County leadership is going to have to react to this. They're going to have to answer questions. They're going to be dealing with lawyers. This is yet again another distraction against their efforts for finding Mrs. Guthrie.
Let me see, Fitz. You know what you just did? You just gave me a night terror. I'll be dreaming about this tonight because this fits right in with SOD. Some other dude did it defense. When we finally do catch the perp, and it will be a man, if not more than one man, they're going to say, hey, look, this Pima County sheriff, he's a kidnapper right under your nose. Maybe he did it. That could get one juror to veer off the path into the weeds. See what I'm saying? This is bad.
Yeah, that's a great point. And, problems compound in moments like this, where this piece of information, a defense attorney armed with that can point to their reaction to this case. What were the communications? Was this individual ever in Mrs. Guthrie's neighborhood for any reason? And that could just be a major distraction at trial.
If you have been leaning on credit cards lately just to cover living basics like groceries, gasoline, utility bills, you're essentially paying a survival tax of 20% interest or more. American Financing is helping homeowners tap into their equity to pay off high interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month. Not just $800, but $800 a month. There are no upfront fees to talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. Financing Nancy Guthrie's front door. We've seen a lot. We've seen them hide Nancy Guthrie's front.
I like this.
I want to talk and Jacksonville State and professor of forensics at Jacksonville State University. Joe Scott, I want to talk about the evidence outside Nancy Guthrie's front door. We've seen a lot. We've seen the mat, which I know you want to talk about. We've seen the rocks, the debris, the foliage on top of the mat. I want to talk to you about some Ozark Trail shoes. Ozark Trail shoes. Now, Joe Scott, we know that the backpack was an Ozark Trail backpack from Walmart, but Ozark Trail shoes. I want you to look at the bottom of the tread and compare it to blood found outside Nancy Guthrie's front door.
Yeah, you take a look at this image, Nancy, and you begin to think about, well, is there any kind of discernible tread pattern that is contained in there? Now, let me preface this by saying that the image that you're seeing with the blood droplets, that's not coming from the police. That's coming from somebody in the press, okay? So the quality of that image will be enhanced relative to the pictures that they took as crime scene investigators. So you'll be able to see more fine detail in that. Now, why is this important? It's important when you begin to think about that Ozark Trail tread there. And our tread on our shoes is very distinctive to us in the way that we walk. So what they're looking for, first off, is a general categorization of these treads. Is it something that could potentially be, looking at the image of the blood, is there an image that is consistent with the tread pattern on the Ozark tread, on the Ozark shoes? Now, if that is in fact the case, if they are able to get their hands on shoes, like shoes, for instance, they would do a comparison at that moment in time, particularly if they find them with a suspect, Nancy. And what's going to make those particularly identifiable is the wear pattern. How do we wear our shoes? Do we pronate, supinate? Are we heel strikers? Are we toe strikers? You begin to think about that, and that will come through in that image.
Okay, I want to talk to you about the Ozark Trail shoes. Mm-hmm. And we had been looking at various shoes to determine their shoe patterns on the bottom, their tread marks. This is from a photo I found on X from a guy who talks shit on X. His words, not mine. Now, we're seeing the bottom of the pattern. I want you to look at the Ozark Trail shoe itself. Here is a side shot of the Ozark Trail men's low hiker boots. Now, let's compare that to the video of the porch guy. Let's look at his shoes. Joe Scott, they actually look more like the Ozark Trail shoe than they do, for instance, a regular pair of Nikes or tennis shoes with stripes down the side or a logo.
Timberlands.
Yeah, and there's very distinctive pattern
like
here,
Timberlands.
Nancy, that let me just, kind of frame this up for you. With the FBI, with their digital folks that are taking a look at these images, if they trim this out and they focus in on these particular shoes, they'll be able to super enhance these. This video is so good compared to a lot of the stuff I've seen over the years relative to specific types of shoes. They can enhance this image to the point where I think that they could probably come up with branding, and what you're looking for are specific identifiers. If you take a look at the tip of that shoe, you've got the rubber sole that actually rises up to meet the toes. All right. Look at that. And then you look at that kind of striped area that's kind of highlighted. If you can really see it on the heel of this shoe. Well, that's unique to that shoe. And Nancy, in forensic science, that comes down to something. There's a principle that we have that's referred to as individualization. That means that we're tying specific brands, items back to a particular person. And so all of those, when you take that total aggregate there and you kind of shake it down, you're looking for something that is going to be unique to that individual. Where could he have purchased these shoes? Do they show any kind of wear on them on the sides at all? And again, through the enhancement, perhaps the digital enhancement that the FBI is going to render up, that's going to be a very specific identifier for these. And again, going back to branding, we talked about the book bag, we've talked about the shoes. Oh yeah, by the way, what about the holster as well? Remember, there was talk that was potentially purchased through Walmart, either online or maybe at a store itself. So you've got three things here that we're looking at.
I want to talk to you also, Joe Scott Morgan, about speculation that blood was found inside Nancy Guthrie's front door.
Yep.
If there was a rug there, like an entrance hall, an entrance area rug that's very, very common, that may have, those blood spots may have escaped detection because it blends in with a rug. How do you go about getting blood spatter, if there is any, from off the rug?
Well, you're not going to get it off. It's an excellent question. You're not going to get it off. You don't want to remove it, but what you want to do is test it. Okay. So what they're going to do first, and this is kind of fascinating, people might be interested in this. If they take that rug, they're going to subject it to alternative light sources back at the state crime lab or with the FBI. And what that means is they're going to utilize things like infrared photography, and they're going to see if they can't enhance any kind of stains that might be on that rug. Now, can we definitively say that that stain came about as a result of this event with her? No, we can't necessarily say that. However, the presence of some kind of biological sample there is significant. So what you want to do for
Joe Scott, please come out of your ivory tower for just one moment. There's blood on her front porch. If there's blood just on the inside of the door, what do you think? She cut her leg shaving right there? Of course it's connected.
Well, it could very well be, and it could be that she had a spontaneous bloody nose as well, and I think that people would argue that.
Put him up. So you're telling me with blood on the front porch, the night she's kidnapped, you're actually trying to suggest that one day she's walking by her front door and she suddenly has a spontaneous nosebleed? No, it would be connected. Just pretend with me. Go out on a limb. It's connected. It was from the same night. Blood on the outside of the door, blood on the inside of the door. I'm talking to you about getting blood, DNA, spatter, aspirated, I don't know, off of the interior rug. If there is one at the front door, and if it was overlooked by Nanos's people when they first went in. Thinky. It'd still be there on the rug, Joe Scott. That's what I'm saying.
Come on, thinky.
Well, hopefully they did collect it at that moment in time and preserve it. If for no other reason to get it.
Doesn't that go without saying? I mean, it's way out of my province to correct a professor of forensics, but of course I hope they got the blood. I'm sorry, I'm like 10 steps ahead of you right now. Of course I hope they got the blood.
Let me tell you this. I hope that they got the rug that was going into the house. They didn't, though, did they? They left it out there.
No, they didn't.
Left it on the stoop. No, oh, really? I saw it in the image. I saw it in the image there, Nancy. Now, maybe they came back later and collected it, but they didn't collect it in the moment. And let me tell you one other thing, if you like that.
No, they didn't. It's probably still sitting there, Joe Scott. That's why I wanted it explored.
Well, yeah, I wanted it explored too. And, I'm more than happy to go teach classes for these people because obviously they skipped over the day where we talk about securing and collecting evidence because they didn't in that first pass that they did. Now, I don't know who showed up that 36 hours later. I hope they had the good sense to collect it. I hope they had the good sense to collect everything inside of that door, Nancy, and anything else that's on that surface in that house. Because let me tell you something, the clock is ticking. It has been ticking now for many, many weeks. And they missed something initially here. That is, this guy is stomping all over that rug. Put him back up. Show the video of him walking up. He's walking up to that. He's putting his feet down there in the Nest camera video that we're looking at, Nancy.
Yep.
That's a pretty significant piece of evidence because not only do we have blood deposition on the surrounding area, and you can't see it on that rug. Gee, I wonder why. Because it's black. You would have to have some kind of contrast medium to be able to show it up right there. And then I guarantee you dollars to donuts, there's blood deposition on that doormat right there. And God only knows what's inside of the house. Like you said, in the receiving area, if there's a carpeted space in there, if there's a welcome mat, where you wipe your feet and all that sort of thing, or even a runner, you think about that. Well, you can have blood deposition there as well. So it draws into question for me from a forensic standpoint.
Little B, how you doing?
Is there going to be value here? Because
hi, Little B. Glad to see you're still awake. and joining us. Thank you very much, Little B. We have another half hour left. Don't worry. Thank you for coming. Everybody say hi to Little B.
Once you do not secure the scene, then all bets are off. You're going to have the lawyers that are going to come in and say, well, anybody could have come up to that location after this and could have planted anything, or it could have been destroyed, or it could have been altered. This is a train wreck, Nancy.
Train wreck.
Pure and simple. Pure and simple when you look at this.
You were seeing video earlier from our friends at Fox News, and I want to point out the reason Joe Scott Morgan and I are angry and upset tonight is because we see errors. We see mishandling of the crime scene. We see possibilities that may very well still exist that could give us clues, not just clues, evidence as to who took Nancy Guthrie. And we're going to go down swinging, fighting.
Yeah.
When we hit bottom, we'll still be swinging up. That is why Joe Scott and I and everybody on this panel tonight is still fighting, still angry, still searching, still looking for answers. Another idea, Joe Scott Morgan, the back door. Oh, hey, I want you to hear what Savannah said about the blood. Listen, Joe Scott.
She can't wander off. She was in tremendous pain. Her back was very bad. So there was no wander off. And the doors were propped open.
Yeah.
And there was blood on the front doorstep. And the Ring camera had been yanked off.
Yeah.
So, Joe Scott, we hear her saying there was blood on the doorstep. That's what they saw that morning. That does not preclude blood on the rug in the entrance hall or blood in the entrance hall, which they would definitely have stepped on. The perp and Mrs. Guthrie would have stepped on the blood on the inside, and maybe Annie, maybe the husband, maybe the police, had they not seen it, but it could still actually be there. That was from Today YouTube, by the way. Okay, Joe Scott, jump in.
Yeah, there's any number of places. You think about, let's just say we're talking about a carpet, okay? It's interwoven. So you can actually have blood deposition that actually gets into the weave of the carpet. And again, even with any kind of trace evidence, this is very delicate stuff. You have to be very, very careful about it, where you're trying to pull things out or try to enhance them so that you can examine them, because there's two types of examination that we're thinking about here. First off, if there is in fact biological data contained within the rug, you have to be able to assess that. And then if there is blood deposition, which means that there is a specific pattern, that has to be assessed. So we're talking about photography, and we're talking about biological assessment in the lab, Nancy.
From our friends at Fox News, two other quick items. Joe Scott Morgan, one, we know the door was propped open in the back. What evidence can we get from that? Doorknob, how was it propped open? Was it propped open with a rock? Can I get DNA off that? Was it propped open with a chair? Did they move it with their hands? Did they all wear gloves? What can I get from that?
Oh my God. I think about the surface of what, when Savannah says it was propped open, all right, that doesn't just mean that it's open. That means that some item, that generally implies that some item was used to facilitate that, right? So I am thinking about things like trace evidence relative to fingerprints. I'm thinking about any kind of deposition relative to potential DNA. If it is a rock, if it's an iron bar, if it's a piece of wood, I don't know. And also, you think about, in addition to that, any kind of trace evidence that might be on the doorknob or on the actual door jamb, where you're actually opening the door, where you're putting your hands on there to try to get it open. And propped, I wonder if we can put into this world, into this environment, the idea that it could have been pried. All right, now they're saying no signs of forced entry. That's something that I'm going to be very curious about. Was the lock jimmied in any way? We had talked about lock picking some time ago. Did somebody get access to that lock? Or is it commonly unlocked? That's a big question too, because some people feel secure in their homes. Maybe she left it unlocked.
That's from Fox Flight Team. That's a really good point, Joe Scott, because we heard that Mrs. Guthrie sometimes left her back door unlocked. So there's so many directions to go. Okay, what were you just saying?
No, I was just saying that I think that the idea here is, are there any tool marks on that door whatsoever? Are there any tool marks on the key access area, that point where you make contact with a key going into the lock? Did anybody pry anything? Was anything pressured? Did somebody put a shoulder into it? Does it open in? Does it open out? Is it something you have to pull? So all of those dynamics come into play. And when you're at a crime scene, Nancy, this is how your brain has to work as an investigator. You want to consider all possibilities.
Hi, guys. Nancy Grace here. Please join us on Crime Itself. And thank those to House Kepper to see you there. And thank you, friend. Another issue, and this goes to Iker. We saw in the Kyle Rittenhouse case that satellite images were used. Actually, they were infrared images. Explain how that helped crack the case and bring out the truth in the Rittenhouse incident.
The problem is you cannot predict when the satellites are going to come over and use and find the video or imagery at the time of the crime is very, very unusual. So actual imagery is not very helpful 99% of the time. The 1% of the time that there is some sort of satellite or aerial drone or a plane doing mapping, that's a possibility that it randomly came over a crime scene at a specific time. But there's so many different things that could cause you not to get the imagery, like clouds or a storm or something like that. The satellites can't see the ground at those specific times.
Let me see, Iker. Iker, you know what I don't like?
Iker.
I don't like anybody telling me why something's impossible. I like somebody telling me possibilities. Yes, I know about clouds. I'm just a trial lawyer, but I know clouds will obstruct an airplane's vision of the earth below. I understand that concept. So tell me how it could work, man. I'm looking for answers here.
Yeah, man.
I'm upset that we're at day 59 and seemingly not any closer to finding Nancy Guthrie. So I'm looking for answers. I don't need to hear why it might not work. Throw me a bone, Iker. How could it work?
Throw me a bone.
I totally agree with you. We're all frustrated at this situation. And I was explaining that, the FBI, and we always want to look at all the possibilities. We also have to take into the fact that when we go for this type of evidence, we have to be lucky if things actually happen the way we want. Example.
Well, then how would I find it? Tell me how I can get lucky. Okay. How can I find infrared aerial surveillance? How do I find it? What do I do? If it's there, yes, I know it may not be there. Yes, I know it may be cloudy. I get it. But how do I find it? Show me a path to a maybe, a definite maybe.
This is exactly like the video from the front porch. Remember the Pima County Sheriff said, there's nothing there. You've got to follow those breadcrumbs and keep pushing to try to find it. So we got the video. So let's go see what aerial satellites or aerial drones or other stuff that were in the area at the time that the crime occurred. So maybe we'll get something there. You don't leave it to chance. You got to fight for it and continue pushing to get to the end of and get that evidence.
Okay, be honest with me. Would the feds consider this? Would they have already thought of this?
Yes, they would have. I've done it in my cases.
Okay. Back to you, Dave Mack. I want to hear about a vehicle of interest. I'm understanding that it would be a gray SUV or a gray pickup, a silver or gray SUV and or a silver or gray pickup truck. Is this true? And the reason I'm asking, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going to a secondary crime scene. That's where I'm going. So tell me what you know about a potential vehicle of interest.
Since the beginning of this investigation, the investigators have been trying to identify vehicles of interest. And they've narrowed it down to two specifically. One, a white van. The other, a gray or silver SUV or pickup truck, as you mentioned. So we're looking at two basic types of vehicles that are believed to have been possibly in the neighborhood that are unaccounted for, meaning they don't belong to anyone that lives there or a resident that had a friend in the neighborhood. So we're talking about two vehicles that were in the neighborhood that have been drawn down to by investigators as interest. Now, FBI and Pima County Sheriff's deputies, they searched and towed a gray or silver Range Rover, if you remember that, from the Culver's restaurant about 2 miles away from the parking lot, 2 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home. We saw that. That happened 13 days into the investigation. We've also seen early on, investigators were at a Circle K gas station on Oracle Road in Tucson. Again, this is about 1.5 miles to 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home, where they were investigating a vehicle of interest, trying to get video, surveillance video from the Circle K. These are two ongoing issues, and they've narrowed it down to the white van or the gray/silver SUV or truck.
They seem to be off the white van and now onto the gray or silver truck or SUV. And I guarantee you, Iker, they're getting something, and it fits in with the vehicle that was towed and other vehicles of interest they've been looking at. SUVs, trucks, gray or silver. Question to you. I remember when we were investigating the Tot Mom case, Casey Anthony. It's actually the Kaylee Anthony case. She was the 2-year-old murder victim. And I think it was either Target or Walmart could enhance the video of Tot Mom writing a fake check, fraudulently writing a check on a friend's checking account so well I could practically see her cleavage, which I did not need to see. Why can't the FBI, or can they, enhance that video that we keep showing in the hopes that someone will recognize a vehicle? Can they? Are they? Is that what's happening right now?
It all depends on the quality of the video initially. And can they slow it down? It depends on the amount of frames per second that recording initially has. When you can slow it down, if there's more frames per second, you get more detail.
Where is this fucking guy?
If you have less frames per second, it's very grainy, and that's where you run into some problems. But you know they're working on it. They're hopefully get maybe a download from the company itself and not from the neighbor who provided that video.
Susanna Ryan joining us, lab director, forensic DNA analyst at Pure Gold Forensics. Susanna, I mentioned the reason I'm curious, the reason I want to find that vehicle is because it represents a secondary crime scene. Explain the significance of finding that secondary crime scene.
Well, if we're able to locate that vehicle, and we know that Nancy was bleeding, so it's likely we'll be able to find her blood. But what else is going to be in that vehicle is the suspect's DNA. Even if they stole this vehicle, for example, it takes a very short amount of time for someone to leave their DNA behind in a vehicle, even if they're trying to avoid that. I always think of people shedding DNA like Pigpen and Charlie Brown. Like, you're constantly leaving DNA behind. Every time you speak, you're leaving DNA behind. So anything on that vehicle could have perpetrator's DNA, steering wheel, gear shift, any controls or knobs, the door going in and out of the vehicle. So it would be highly probative, very useful to find that vehicle. I think it's great that now we have something to look for. That was exactly what I was going to say today. Like, what is the vehicle? Do we have anything? I think it should be released because people want to help. If people start seeing, oh, there's a car that hasn't moved for days in this parking lot, then they can leave a tip, and maybe that's the key to solving this case.
If you know or think you know anything about the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, please dial toll free 800 call FBI 800-225-5324. Or if you wish to remain anonymous, 520-882-7463.
I want that
There is
money.
a 1.2
Yeah, I want that money.
plus $1 million
Damn.
reward
Man,
for information leading to her whereabouts.
that's crazy.
No arrest and certainly no conviction required for you to claim this reward. $1.2 million reward.
Damn.
We remember American
Boy.
hero Officer Trey
In an
Sutton,
hour already? Been 45
Henrico
minutes?
County PD, Virginia.
It's over?
Just 24,
That's a long time.
killed in the line of duty, leaving behind his grieving fiance.
42 minutes.
American hero Officer Trey Sutton. Thank you to our guests, but especially to you for helping us keep the search for Nancy Guthrie alive. Nancy Gray signing off for tonight, but I'll see you tomorrow night. And until then, good night, friend.
Good night, baby girl. Good night, baby girl.
Hi, guys. Please join us on our mission to find missing people, especially children, to solve unsolved homicides. And if you're on the go, please join us on your favorite podcast app where you can get all our content, where we, in our way, seek justice.
Yeah, baby. All right, guys. I had fun. Back to work tomorrow. Jay-Z on the cover of GQ. What's this?
It's been a long time since you sat down for one of these.
Oh shit. Jay-Z. Look at Jay-Z. He gave up rap. He don't rap anymore, man. He's just got a lot of money. Him and his wife.
Minute. What have you been up to? Wow. Everything. A lot.
January, Jay-Z sat down with accused Fraser therapy in Los Angeles for 2 candidates.
Most people go through their things, very privately. You took it on tour, live every night. It was so healing. I'm fucking Jay-Z.
All right, I'll watch that another day on my own. You guys aren't invited with that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bed. I'll be back tomorrow, I think. All right, guys. I know you guys go on my Discord. You guys can talk all night long in my Discord. Here, where's my Discord link? Discord. My Discord. What the fuck is my Discord? I don't even have it here. I don't even have it here. DIS. Does anybody need my Discord? I got to go to bed. All right, that. And then Discord link. Invite the server. Here. Here, guys. Link to my Discord. Oh, you already have it? Smash that link, guys. There you go. Link to my Discord right there, guys. I'm going to bed. Good night, Sean B. Thanks for modding, bro. Polka Dot Susan, Falcon, Sean B. Oh, you said that. Jenny Ham. Hey, Jenny Ham Sandwich. Hi. I didn't see you were here. Did I say hi to you? I don't think I saw you. How you doing? How you doing, Jenny? Cooper. Good night, bro. Or guy or girl. Ray. Good night. Who else is here? Braxton. Good night, man. Little B. Hope to see you tomorrow, Little B. Don't be shy. I don't bite that hard. Depends where you want to be. It depends where. Paula Fitzhenry. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for coming to the stream, Paula Fitzhenry. I didn't see you either. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. Smash that like button. Become a member if you're not a member yet. Become a member, Paula. Let's go, everyone. Everybody, who else is on? Falcon, good night. All right, guys. I'm sorry, but I got to work in the morning. I didn't even have it on. I didn't even have it on live chat. I had it on the other chat. I had it on top chat, not live chat. Now it's on live chat. Oh my god. April Fool's Day. Oh yeah, today's April Fool's Day. Everybody have fun on April Fool's Day, guys. Run that shit, Falcon. I'll be back tomorrow, 11 p.m. Or maybe earlier. You're right. I'll try my best. Oh, man. Bye. Here. Ay, yay, yay. For real. Bye.
So Brian.
Let me have you, Brian.
What did you do? You're living it every night, aren't you, boy? Turn yourself in, Brian. Once in your life, be a man.
You like him yawning going?
She was just watching. Remember, no, she wasn't doing that. I was just saying she was talking. Got it. But she was mainly watching pop.
She was young. She was beautiful. She was chasing her dreams. She was excited. She was hopeful. She was in love. She wanted a partner. She wanted support. She wanted to be cherished. She trusted him. She was anxious. She was overwhelmed. She took responsibility. She was scared. She was manipulated. She was abused. She didn't deserve this ending. She didn't deserve the abuse. I will say her name. I will share her story. I will spread awareness. And I will use my voice because hers was silenced. Her life was stolen, but her legacy will live.
Yelling at the sky, screaming at the world. Baby, why'd you go away? I'm still your girl. Holding on too tight, head up in the clouds. Heaven only knows where you are now. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Never got the chance to say your last goodbye. I gotta move on, but it hurts to try. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, you're just harder to see than most. I put the record on, wait till I hear your song. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, you're just harder to see than most. I put the record on, wait till I hear your song. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Her blonde hair fell around her like a halo. She was an upstate New York angel without wings. Her smile shone brighter than a morning sunrise. Her laughter put the songbird's voice to shame. When you see a butterfly over a weeping willow tree, or a rainbow, or a wildfire on a grassy mountain peak, she's home with Mother Nature, yes she is. In the heaven on this earth, that's where she lives. That's where she lives, that's where she lives. That's where she lives. That's where she lives.
Guys, for me, it's how nice you are for me. Oh my gosh, it's how much you make me laugh. It's how hard you always laugh for me. It's you're really great.